I knew I wanted to see Mount Ololokwe in person the first time I saw it in 2019. So in March 2021, my friends and I organized a trip to Mount Ololokwe.
That's Mount Ololokwe, and we're doing this, man!
We spent the night at Sabache Camp lighting and putting out fires, and then arose to start the journey at 4:30 a.m. so that we'd catch the sunrise at the summit. The sunrise was magical. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. But on our way back, we came across a group of campers who'd spent the night at the summit. And I knew immediately that I wanted to come back and set up camp on top of this 1,000 meter tall Inselberg. My name is Wero Collins, and this is how I finally camped on top of Mount Ololokwe. So, on 19th December, my friend Nash sent me this text. Knowing that this was high on my bucket list, I didn't hesitate to tell him that I was down. The plan, well, at least until 3 days before the trip, was to drive to Mount Ololokwe on Friday, where we'd hike and camp at the summit, descend on Saturday, and then head to Ngurunit. We'd then hike Caldera Hill and camp somewhere in the Ndoto Mountains on Sunday, descend on Monday, and then head back home. But as with many travel plans, this was not to be. Everyone had commitments tying them down on the set dates, and hiring an SUV just between two people would have doubled, even tripled our costs. Being the intrepids we are, the journey had to go on, so we resolved to use a very unconventional means of reaching the north: public transport.
Good morning. We just finished packing. I've headed to Mount Ololokwe today. This morning we had some naps, and we're still going to do it. I mean...
Our journey kicked off on Friday 28th January 2022. Mine specifically started at 6 a.m. The first leg of the journey will see us using 2 matatus, 1 boda, 1 bus ride, and 1 hitched ride in a cramped probox that almost killed us. We arrived in Nanyuki at 10:20 a.m. where we'd shop for supplies. We visited the mall and the local market, then had lunch before leaving for our first destination.
So we go to Nanyuki and we're just shopping for supplies here. We've done some shopping at the supermarket. Right now we're buying sugar and some onions.
Yeah, we're getting onions for the hot dogs. Collins will be the chef, so he's the one organizing the whole food thing, since I'm terrible at food stuff.
I mean, I'm trying to feed.
Yeah, as long as I don't have food poisoning, I'm fine.
Right, so we finished shopping. So we're at a restaurant. We want to have lunch. Then we'll proceed to the first mountain. The first mountain that we'll be hiking and camping at is Mount Ololokwe. Then tomorrow morning we'll descend and then head on to Ngurunit. Ngurunit is a small town nested within Ndoto Mountains, or at least that's what I've read. And then on Sunday we'll attempt to hike and camp on top of one of the hills in the Ndoto Mountains. The name is Caldera Hill. We'll do some wild camping there. I'm so looking forward to it. On this trip I'm joined by Nahashon. Nahashon has a really great YouTube channel with travels, and I'd like to introduce him to you.
Hi guys, my name is Nahashon. The channel is in a form. My back is already aching like terribly. I'm even rethinking maybe we should just go to a hotel.
It's crazy, but we're going to make it.
We are done, time to proceed. How was the food?
The food was good. Got cold.
You have an entire plate. For the first time, my plate is almost clean.
Well, I also had some chapati. So.
Are you carrying that? It might come in handy. So let's pay the bill and then now proceed. Yeah, that's Collinsburg. That's the main stage. Time to get the next matatu to Marsabit. As usual, we have to get harassed. Yes, ya Marsabit.
Marsabit ndio hii hapa.
Gani?
Hii ya Camp. Hii ni direct.
Yeah.
Hii kwanza inaenda mpaka Marsabit hii. Hii. Kuja.
Unacheki aje?
Tuangalie. Naona kama iko na watu, wacha tuone.
At 1 p.m., we boarded our second matatu of the day from Nanyuki to Isiolo. Arriving in Isiolo, we were confronted with the first difficult decision of this trip.
Very interesting turn of events. So we left Nanyuki, got to Isiolo. First of all, we were supposed to take a matatu to Marsabit that will drop us off at Sabache. But then the fares they were charging were too expensive. It's 1,200. Well, we think we can get there for less than 1,000 more. So we alighted at Isiolo. At Isiolo, we were encountered with a difficult decision, whether to wait on an empty matatu or whether to listen to a boda guy who was claiming that we could get a faster car at a point 500 meters away from the town. We went to the boda guy, and then the second boda guy was like, no, this is a bad decision and you might not even get a matatu. But I guess we're in luck because we're in a bus right now, and Nash has been telling me that traveling in a bus is more comfortable, and I was like, no, it's sometimes hideous because, you know, they're chicken on your seat. But I think I subscribe to this movement now. Yes. Yeah. I agree. I mean, look at this. We're going to get dropped off at Wamba, and then from Wamba we're going to take a boda or
we just Miraka. If you get a Miraka, that side. Just that.
Especially a Miraka, we'll get there in minutes. Listen, it's 5:40. We just got to Sabache at the reception. This is the Sabache campsite reception. So this is what happened since the bus. The bus dropped us off at the junction to Wamba. From there we negotiated with some boda guys who wanted to charge us 1,200 to this campsite. That's ridiculous. 1,200 per person, that's like the price for Nairobi. So we got into a probox. We were squished, 4 of us in the front row. The probox dropped us off at the entrance to Sabache, and then we walked for approximately 2 kilometers to this place. We were a bit tired, but we're still going to hike to the top. We just finished making payment, and now we are organizing with the porter/guide for them to take their part of the luggage and for us to split our luggage between Nash and myself. So we expect the hike to take between 2 to 3 hours. We expect to get there at around 8 p.m. I hope you're not being too optimistic.
And now you're starting the hike. Look at that incline. Yeah, that is not.
So what you see there is Sabache Camp. That's where we started the hike. We are only 10 minutes in, and it's steep. The first bit is steep. I'm not sure if you can tell from the video, but quite steep. You're losing light. It's almost 7. It must be 6:40 or 6:50 something. This is close to an hour into the hike.
It's getting dark. We're still going up the hill. We've been climbing for maybe 1 hour now. And I have to say, this hill is very, very, very steep. I underestimated this climb.
We've just taken a break. It's time to head out again. It's pitch dark right now, and he's still pushing, but so the guide says that he thinks we'll get to the summit at around 8 p.m. It's currently 7:20 p.m. Can't wait to get to the campsite and make a hearty meal and have some tea. Not be fantasizing about food. My people, this is Nash. Tupatie review bana.
Wow, I'm completely wiped out.
This is extremely tiring and steep.
But
Yeah.
you're close.
It's definitely the steepest mountain climb I've done so far.
I hope it will be worth it in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're close, you're close. We have company. Finally. But let me tell you, my back is gone. I've destroyed my shoulders. But finally we're here. It's all camping, so the campsite is pretty basic. But we have a table. And that is Nash. To each its own, to each its own. But we're going to rest and then set up the campsite and cook a nice meal or something close to a meal. Butter without, are they even scones? With buns. Our buns are flat right now. I don't even know what we'll do. But anyway, it's life, man. It's life. So glad that we're here. Our guide has been Matthias, and he's been great, man. He's been great. We've just completed setting up the tents, and I'll give you a small tour of our setup. This first tent is mine. It's a Camp Master 2-person dome tent. And then I have this camping stool from Decathlon. Moving on to Nash's setup. He has the same stool and a Decathlon a Quechua. It's a Quechua 3-person tent.
I think it's 2-person and
It's a 2-person. 2-person and a baby tent. Yeah, so that's our setup. I'll just go around it to give you some scale and perspective. There's Nash being a gaffer, holding the lights. It's called bush camp. Time to call it a night. We just had dinner, and I think this will end this video. See you on the next one.